weird things Trump ordered him to do was to send letters warning Trump's high school colleges and the college board not to release his grades or SAT scores. In 2011, Trump challenged President Obama to release his academic records, and then days later, someone called Trump's high school and demanded they find and bury Trump.
Jimmy Kimmel brought up one of the more unusual stories about Trump ordering letters to be sent to the college board to stop the release of his SAT scores. Kimmel noted how Trump had demanded President Obama release his own records while keeping his tightly guarded. He joked that Trump's grades must have been so bad he probably couldn't even get into Trump University. The audience laughed hard because the contrast was clear. Trump has repeatedly claimed he was first in his class and an excellent student at top schools. However, the heavy secrecy
of Apple, Tim Cook, one of the most famous businessmen in all the world, and guess what he called Tim Cook?
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
Tim Apple. How's your daughter Fiona doing, Tim? Is that... Oh, look who else we have here. Craig Costco. How are those hot dogs selling?
Around his academic records makes many people suspicious. Jimmy Kimmel continued by showing a clip of Trump in a meeting with top business leaders, including Tim Cook of Apple. Trump repeatedly called him Tim Apple, mixing up the company name in a very public setting. Kimmel also played moments where Trump confused other names, like calling Craig Costco. He joked that Trump had just met Ronald McDonald the week before. These slips might seem small.
Cohen told Congress that Trump ordered him to threaten his high school to never release his grades. We all assume he failed everything. Did they invent an easy class for him or something? Okay, Donald, welcome back to our special science course, Rock or Not a Rock.
But when they come from someone who brags about being first in his class and having superior intelligence, they become significant. Cohen revealed that Trump ordered him to threaten Trump's high school to never release his grades. Colbert joked that everyone assumes he failed everything and wondered if the school created an easy class just for him called Rock or Not a Rock. The line got big laughs because it painted a picture of special treatment rather than genuine excellence. Trump has proudly stated many times that he was first in his class and an outstanding.
The demand came just days after Donald Trump challenged President Barack Obama to show his records. This happens over and over again. Everything Trump accuses other people of, he's guilty of himself. Oh my God!
Student. However, the extreme efforts to keep grades hidden fuel suspicion that there is something he does not want people to see. Colbert pointed out the timing, noting that Trump made the demand to hide his records just days after challenging President Obama to release his own. He emphasized how Trump constantly accuses others of things he appears guilty of himself. This hypocrisy is something late-night hosts keep returning to because it happens so frequently. Trump says he was first in his class and pressures others.
We have the results of their IQ test right here. Tillerson scored a 120. It's above average, not genius, but still pretty good. And we have Donald Trump's results right here. It's a drawing of a big truck that says MAGA.
For transparency, yet fights hard to keep his own academic history secret. Critics argue this behavior shows a lack of consistency and honesty. Donald Trump's long-standing claims about his academic excellence. Trump has repeatedly told audiences he was first in his class, an outstanding student, and someone with exceptional intelligence. However, public records, witness testimony, and his own behavior tell a much more complicated story. From ordering letters to block the release of his SAT scores to pressuring his high school to keep grades hidden, Trump has gone to great lengths to prevent transparency while demanding it from others. Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert highlighted the clear contradictions in Trump's approach. He challenged President Obama to release records, but fought hard to keep his own private. He brags about superior intelligence, yet struggles with basic name recall in high-profile meetings, calling Tim Cook Tim Apple and mixing up other prominent names. These moments, combined with Michael Cohen's testimony about threats to schools, paint a picture of someone who is very protective of his academic image. Critics argue this secrecy suggests the reality does not match the story Trump has been telling for years. This pattern is not new. Trump often accuses others of the very things he appears to be doing himself, demanding records while hiding his own, claiming excellence while avoiding proof. Late-night comedy has become effective at exposing these gaps because it uses Trump's own words and actions as the punchline. The jokes land because they are rooted in verifiable events rather than exaggeration. In the end, the public is left with serious questions. Why does someone who claims to have been first in his class work so hard to keep those records away from view? Why demand transparency from political opponents while refusing it for himself? These late-night segments may be entertaining, but they also raise